I'm talking to myself. Um, I found I found a mod that will let me move the camera the way I always wanted to in Baldur's Gate 3. As in, I can aim it up and down, more like Dragon Age Origins than DOS 2. Got some ways to go.
Your wish? I shall commit to the task.
I remember them. Yay, the best corner in the entire game.
If you insist.
I am prepared.
At once.
I look forward. I understand. I will show you justice.
Once
Your
more,
life
onto the breach,
ends
dear friends! With joy, sir. At once.
Selune guides my hand.
Justin, does the kitty cat want attention?
I like it might.
He's just standing there asking me to pet him. It's because my roommate is out of town for work.
We're all doomed.
Hey, come here. Come here. Yes. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, okay. And he's gone. I'll miss you forever.
So you never played this? Yes.
Me?
Go on.
No,
No,
never.
Yatsu. Never played this.
Yatsu said it.
I assumed Baldur's Gate was like the PS2 games. No.
Please no.
Not.
I wonder how many. Okay, I wonder how many people are sitting here playing this, pumped to finally see a sequel to their favorite PS2 game.
Ah! Oh, the only Baldur's Gate I played was on the PS2.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck.
Hello, Curse Man. Can I help you?
15.
You've done what?
Do what?
Gino picked 15. It was his turn to pick. We're playing Final Fantasy 15 next.
You have my condolences.
Yes, sir. And Jeff and I convinced him, as a delaying tactic, that he has to watch the anime. Now I have to mute the Final Fantasy Discord because I've officially announced that I'm going to lay my cards out. I think that game is maybe the most disappointing thing to come out of modern Square Enix in fucking at least 10 years.
More than anything from else from Fabula Nova Crystallis.
I had zero expectations for 13 and thought that it always kind of looked bad. 15 presented well. It had a very cool tech demo, and I feel like it's almost, if not, like 13, OG 13 has no story. Like, it has no storytelling aspirations at all. 15 is trying to tell a story and constantly bogs itself down and is boring as shit. It's like, oh, we've got this call to adventure to save our kingdom, and now we're going to be cooking for 15 minutes. Then there's going to be another cooking scene after that. Oh, we've got a new character in our party, and they're refocusing our attention on this new problem, and now we're going to fish for 40 minutes. Time for a fishing minigame.
You should be glad that none of the 15 advocates are here.
That game made a lot of goddamn money. It made so much money that Square Enix views 16 as a financial disappointment. But, man, Noctis is a goober. Fuck him. What a boring-ass piece of garbage. I'm also going to say this. Apparently, Jeff got an edit. He's going to play the Pocket Edition, which I will have the record state. I filed an appeal. I don't think he should be allowed to play the easier game.
That's cowardice.
That's cowardice.
He should instead play it on a base PS4.
Yeah, no, like, go back and play the unpatched version of that game.
What would you have me do? All right.
I seem to remember this hallway being filled with traps.
Your wish? I understand.
If you insist.
This is the morally correct Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I absolutely love a video game where half of the characters in the main cast are like half-built characters with this, because there's this promise that they're gonna get DLC that fleshes them out, and then none of that shit happens.
I will do that.
If you insist.
I am prepared. I understand. Selune guides my hand. I will show you
Onward
justice.
to futility.
Selune guides my hand. I shall commit to the task.
Nay, of course. I will will do that.
Agonazar Scorcher. Big fan.
I understand.
It's one of the more consistent low-level damage spells in this game.
Help us, please.
Remember how, like...
Remember how, like, yes?
The other choice was Chocobo Racing, and I begged Jeff not to vote for Chocobo, to join me in voting for Chocobo Racing, and then I got outvoted. Remember how, like, one of the mini games is like a redo of King's Knight in fucking 15? And it controls like garbage?
Anyway, our final party member will be Yeslick. Unless anyone wants me to switch out Faldorn for, let's say, Quail or T-Ax.
I have nothing against people who... No, I do not insult or demean people who enjoy Final Fantasy 15. If you get anything out of that story and its characters, God bless you. I hold no ill will and don't let what I think or believe.
I
But-
wouldn't.
I heard you said that Final Fantasy 15 is the worst game you've ever played. That's what.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
just told
said.
me.
But, like, everything about 15 is, like, one of the most gut-wrenching examples of, like, the biggest gap of what it could have been versus what it actually is. And the fact that everything they released after it, like the books, the fucking DLC, all of that shit just fucking ruins it. Goddamn episode Arden is such an insult. Also, you know what? No, I'm not going to bring up something that I saw on MSNBC while I was recording the podcast. You know what? I'm just going to say this, Braden. You can stop me. MSNBC has a special guest correspondent that's commentating about the Trump indictments. Guess who it is?
Is it Michael Avenatti?
No, it's Hillary Clinton.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like something MSNBC would do. Hey, kitty. Oh, this cat's so needy. Coming to me mid... You didn't bug me at all last week, and here you are bugging me midstream. For little pets. With your little paws. Anyway, yeah, that sounds like something that they would do. And I guess a jury is voting about something. And that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, so Yeslick is a fighter cleric whose only real has okay wisdom and con.
I suppose if you give him the gauntlets, he'll
Of
be
Yeah, the gauntlets of dexterity or
Okay.
something.
ogre. Well, yeah, those are ogre strength. I mean, honestly, if you give him the dexterity ones, you'll have. I guess he could get okay armor class.
Yeah.
Also, I have a perfect idea of what I'm going to do for my first stream of 15.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do what Matthew Rory did.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna download the PC version, and I'm gonna download so many of these goddamn Steamworks mods
Mm-hmm.
that I'm gonna break the fucking start of the game sideways. I might download the one that replaces all of the trees with clown hands.
I saw Relkin's video where he finished 15, and that dude was pretty emotional at the end of that game.
I
He's
He's not here. I don't want to demean him. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. I think that scene that a lot of people get ripped up on is lame as shit.
It's because you don't believe in bros.
He took something from it, so
I'm so
wouldn't say
glad that
anything
someone
about
took
it.
something from that game, because I didn't, and I felt bad that I didn't.
As
God, don't feel bad that you didn't.
But I do. I did.
I does.
I put in 30 fucking plus hours into that game, and I got nothing. You know how fucking shitty it is to play a game for hours upon end, and then you just don't get anything, any of the emotional response that everyone's promised you that you're gonna get out of it. Like, it's so. You think that for the longest time that there's something wrong with you, and then I met Jeff, who's like, yeah, I think that game's kind of bad, and it's like, oh god, I've met someone, my brother.
And now we host a podcast.
So, Braden, I hate to say this, but we're perilously close to needing to play Ultima 9. Are you ready?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Braden, you have to finish the game for Jeff and I.
Oh, I'm the one who has to finish it?
Yeah. Why do you think people, like looking at your current screen right now, why do you think people who play 5e make such a big stink about THACO?
Because it's...
Why do you think that's always the go-to, like, oh, you 3rd edition people, oh, you 2nd edition people, you play complicated games, THACO. Like, it's always the thing that 5e players bring up of like, oh, the game's so much better, THACO's so complicated. Like, it isn't.
It isn't. It's just... It's golf rules.
It's better than, what was it, 1st edition with, like, the chart?
I mean, THACO is just the chart in a more sensible format.
Like, that chart for 1st edition sucks.
I think, in general, this game, specifically Baldur's Gate, is not as complicated as sometimes fans make it out to be.
No, this game is not complicated. Baldur's Gate 2, I think, is...
Even then, I don't feel it's terribly complicated.
Your life ends here.
Oh, fuck, I killed Yeslet with my potion of fire breath.
I understand.
Whoops.
Can't you just walk the 2 away?
Also, personally, I kind of like the number starting at 10 and working down.
It's golf rules.
I still think AC, like the way AC works in Pathfinder and BG3, is way more intuitive and way better than THACO. But I also don't think THACO is terribly complicated.
Please, aid me.
Trash man. He's such a trash man.
Of course.
Yeah, what is it? Like, look up the original pre-THACO armor chart where you had to
Yes.
figure out use a chart. I think it was Men in Magic. You had to use a chart to determine the roll needed to hit.
Oh, look, Faldorn's level 6. We got a powerful druid. She's got level 3 spells now. Well, I mean, she always did, but now we can cast Strength of 1 because no one in this party has a strength higher than 1875.
Have you
What
seen
are you-
that?
Useful spell. Anyway,
Have
go
you
on.
seen that, Braden? That Tim Kask and Jeff Grubb. This is TSR Jeff Grubb. Prefers to use the term THACO.
That sounds
They
like
call
something.
it THACO.
I mean, listen, people can be wrong about their own acronyms. The GIF guy was.
Choosy moms choose Jif. But Goozy moms goose GIF.
I'm gonna goose all over. Oh wait, I shouldn't say
No.
anything. I shouldn't
No,
finish
thank
that
you.
sentence.
Please do not. I beat Armored Core last
I
Raven.
understand.
I had a pretty good
Did
job
you
interview
actually?
today.
Did you actually?
I did.
I'm gonna look it up.
There-
Don't lie to me.
Look at the VOD, motherfucker.
You've lied to me before, so
No,
What
I
is your
Lude
character
guides
on
my
screen?
much like how I beat Blood Omen 2. No, unlike how I beat Blood Omen 2, I beat
or a certain Sonic game.
No, I beat that Sonic game.
There's one that you didn't beat.
What do you? No, I beat those fucking Sonic games.
Here I am. He's sick. You know it's serious.
I thought there was one you didn't beat.
No, I beat both the 360 and yeah, look at this shit. Now we're second editioning.
Yes, sir. At once.
Everyone's got a shit armor class.
Okay. So.
Now there's video footage of me beating Last Raven.
So this was to change topics maybe a little bit.
Mm.
This was brought up a little bit earlier. How many people do you think are playing Baldur's Gate 3 thinking it's a sequel to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance?
None, because that reboot game killed that fucking series.
I don't know. I've talked to several people
I understand.
who thought Baldur's Gate meant Dark Alliance.
Bother and bother, never a calm spot, never a break.
Okay.
I understand.
Welcome.
I think a lot of people maybe. All right.
I understand.
Oh wow. A whole round of extra fire
I
damage.
shall commit to the task.
Alright.
We're all
Anyway. Watch this shit.
I shall commit to the task. Selune guides my hand.
And then
I am at your service.
Life is so hollow.
No, I don't. I don't think we'll be taking guests with. And I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I don't think we'll be taking guests for the Final Fantasy 15 series, the podcast.
I would not.
This is. I said this on the podcast while we're recording it. This is going to be the rare occasion where Gino is the only one going in blind. Because I've played this game. Like I said, I'm gonna probably break 15 sideways by playing the Steam version and then just playing a bunch of stupid ass fucking mods.
I mean, you also have finished the video game.
Yeah, I'm gonna the Windows edition of the game is of a questionable quality, and the best part is it's got Steam Workshop support, and Square's never putting that shit in their game ever again. Let me tell you. 'Cause you know,
Commit to the task.
you want your Bara daddy to spend the entire game in a thong? Yeah, you can do that. You want Genshin Impact characters? You want to replace the... Yeah, do you want to replace all of the shop vendors with Fat Chocobo? There's a mod for you.
I will show you just
Good.
What's the most subscribed to? Oh, it's the Half-Life costume, right? Of course. Replace?
I shall commit to the task.
Sure, let's replace Noctis with a Genshin Impact character.
I am a wonder creature.
How dare they save versus spell?
We're all point.
Here's a dumb mod that changes all the NPCs that are males to Rex from Toy Story. No animations and his eyes are shut, but wait till you see him in the vehicle.
Yeah, that seems like the way for you to re-experience that game.
I fucking love the fucking mod support for this game. Of course there's a mod that replaces Ignis with Chio Chi-Chi. Oh, I need this. I need this. Oh, it's so good. I want it in my soul.
You want your dark soul filled with light. If only I could be the one to fill your dark soul with light. So on and so forth.
Excellent writing, the Devil May Cry series, right?
Yeah.
The voice actors got more enthusiastic as time went on, at least.
Yeah. Hey, you know.
There's a mod that replaces Ignis's character sprite with Chocolina, and it's still his body, but his wings and fucking legs are Chocolina.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm glad you're having a good time.
Yeah, a lot of people thirsty for male characters in Speedos.
Can't
Does
imagine
that
why.
surprise you in Final Fantasy 15?
No, because I seem to recall like the split in terms of gender was like 45-55. Like, a shocking number of people who played 15 were women.
That's not a shocking thing.
I shouldn't say shocking, you're right.
That of all the series, I would say that would warrant.
I shall commit to the
Guess
task.
what? Women. Ask our co-host Jeffrey and his wife about
So are you saying that
popularity.
15 was ahead of the curve in terms of the himbo content?
I would not call Noctis a himbo. He's
Gladiolus is.
I guess, yeah, Gladio is.
Oh, this one gives Noctis the Pepsi Man outfit, but it doesn't cover his head. They usually do the full head, the full
No,
Monty.
it's actually way funnier if he has the Pepsi Man outfit, but it's still Noctis's anime boy head.
It is.
My favorite
I don't
Tekken
like it.
character.
I
Sucks.
understand.
Don't like.
Your wish? Very well.
I thought about making Killgo Stabbins as my Baldur's Gate 3 character. But instead
you end up making?
I went with a Dwargar wizard.
I shall commit to the task.
And because I actually have trouble playing as an evil character, I just ended up being a good guy by the end.
Man.
I understand.
My general feelings on Baldur's Gate 3 are that
So
I
I
think
found one that replaces Gladiolus with Squall,
What were you
but
saying?
it's not Final Fantasy VIII Squall, it's Squall's Kingdom Hearts character model.
Ooh, what were you saying, Braden?
I've reached the point with Baldur's Gate where I think I might just want to finish like all of my companions' side quests, and
You get to
then
where you burned out on it, I guess.
yeah.
You should play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
I should.
With Godspeed.
You finished that already.
I should play it
Finish it
again.
You should play it.
Play, get the lich stuff going. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, get him, Garrick.
I wanna do a swarm run in Wrath of the Righteous.
I haven't made it very far.
See, one of the benefits to everyone having shit Thaco is that when they get confusion cast on them, they can't hit each other.
I haven't played like tons. I've played about 30 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 at this point. I think Wrath of the Righteous is a better game.
Yeah, so do I.
I think
I have been saying that since I got like an hour into Baldur's Gate.
Anyway, we got a katana +1, which means
Yo, you got that weeb gear.
hold it. Do you have katana yet? No. Once Killgo Stabbins gets katana proficiency, we're giving him the katana.
You're gonna hold up. Are you gonna burn a feat to give him a +1 weapon?
This is 2nd edition, my friend. What's a feat?
Okay, then how do you get proficiency with weapons?
You get a weapon proficiency point every couple levels.
Huh. Are you streaming right now, or are you
Yes,
just playing it?
I am streaming Baldur's Gata.
I don't think that's true, because you're talking about Killgo Stabbins.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because he's in an older Baldur's Gate. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Hey Harley, you missed this talk. Why do you think people give why do you think 5th edition people make such a big stink about Thaco?
I don't know. Do they?
Oh yeah.
Because the people who really like 5th edition are...
The people who have also never played another edition of D&D.
Yeah.
If you want my mean girl take...
People who have people who play 5th edition, who have, like, cookie-cutter problems with older editions of D&D, in my experience at least, never actually played the older editions. They've just heard stories of the older editions. I've never played 2nd edition, but I have played 3rd and 3.5 and 4th. And in my honest onion, my direct from my heart Harley opinion, every edition has its strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, what? There's more nuance to new one's good or old one's good?
Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is nearly impossible to play in a way that is fun for players and DMs past level 10. It's hard to balance and make challenges that are meaningful, because every time you level up after level 10, your characters get significantly more powerful, and it throws the balance out of whack every single time.
I also think that there's just a general unwillingness for players to engage with death.
That's why they need to play Dungeon Crawl Classics. Get their Beak Man on. I'm very happy that... See, whenever weird bullshit happens in DCC, I'm so happy.
I liked that in earlier versions of D&D, part of higher level play for characters isn't just that your character gets stronger, it's that they have, like, an effect on the world around them. Like, how in older editions of D&D, there's a limited number of high-level druids. After level 11, in order to get to level 12 as a druid, you'd have to go and find another level 12 druid, and you'd have to replace them. You'd have to challenge them to, like, a fucking weird fucking nature wizard duel, and if you won, you got to be level 12, and they got bumped back down to level 11. If you wanted to hit level 20, you had to find the one level 20 druid on the entire planet and fucking beat his ass and take his place. And it wasn't all fun and games. It came with, like, responsibilities, because if you're the only level 20 druid on the planet, you're kind of in charge of all nature everywhere.
But people want to make go boom. They want to do fireball and kill all the baddies.
I shall commit to the task.
They would like
their
spells.
That's what 4th edition's good for.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've never played 4th edition.
It's not... I mean, if you like things that go boom... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I just poured all these nuts all over myself.
Tell me more about pouring out nuts, Jeff.
Braden.
Yes?
A lot of people have the complaint that 5th edition is a battle game wearing a role-playing game skin.
That's
not...
every version of D&D.
Well, okay. That's true, except for 4th edition. 4th edition is a battle game. Straight up.
Yes.
It was not pretending to be a role-playing game.
It was like Warhammer.
Yes, it was essentially... It was, well, not necessarily Warhammer. It was like... Mordheim.
Okay.
Mordheimer. I'm aware of what Mordheim is. I have the digital version, I think.
I think the digital version's okay. But like 4th edition had no illusions about what it was. It was a game about doing combat. And if you knew that that's what you were getting into, you could have a really good time doing it.
Did they make any video games based on 4th edition? I don't think they did.
No.
They did. Neverwinter.
They-
The MMO
Never. Oh,
is technically based on 4E. And
Is
then
it?
there's, of course...
There's the game that I'm trying to get the off the deep end to play.
Yeah,
but Braden's
nominate
all
it.
like, no,
Nominate
that's
it.
terrible.
Give up the year
What
of
is it?
pandering. Bring forward the year of pandering. Huh?
What is it?
no.
It's
Braden
called
is correct.
Daggerdale.
Daggerdale. Okay.
Braden is correct. The Neverwinter MMO is based off 4th edition.
The people who like that game are crazy people.
It
Hold
seems
on.
like an entirely
The
functional
Neverwinter
middle of
MMO
the
or
road
4th edition?
free-to-play MMO.
I would like to point out that Neverwinter's box art Neverwinter's like box art involved a sexy lich.
Yes, that lady.
Like-
An actual D&D character.
Yes, because... Isn't she... I forget, is she the lady in, the D&D movie, or is that a different Red Wizard Lich lady?
That's a different Red Wizard Lich lady, I believe. What was her name? She got killed at the end of that movie.
Safina?
Yeah. Also, was she supposed to be a lich? I thought she was just like an undead or one of his servants.
So
I knew that
here's
Zathran
where the
was a
ruined
lich.
part of my brain comes in, and I tell you about how basically in order to make the Red Wizards of Thay less interesting, they made it basically during 4th edition times. Thay was taken over by the head of the Necromancy College, and so all of the highest ranking Red Wizards are liches.
You know, it's funny actually. I'm looking at this by the way, her name is Valindra Shadowmantle. I'm looking at her fucking her Forgotten Realms wiki page. She's not a lich anymore. When time moved forward for 5th edition, she stopped being a lich.
How do you get unliched?
I do not know, but this is straight up.
Prestidigitation.
This is what she looks like in 5th edition.
Or is she using
Still
magic to
equal
disguise
character?
herself?
It could be magic.
There's that one woman in Game of Thrones that is actually an old lady, and she uses magic to be sexy.
Yeah.
Melisandre? For some reason, I keep getting Melisandre and Melisandre. Is that her name? Mixed up in my head.
This is where I continue to bring up. I think that. Wait, I forget. Braden, did you predict that Winds of Winter would come out in 2023 or 2024?
I said that Winds of Winter will come out. I do not believe A Dream of Spring will ever come out. Oh.
My bad. She didn't get
Uh-oh.
unliched. This is just a more recent regeneration.
Oh, okay. But didn't you see last month? Martin said that he's working on the book every day. He's not just writing blogs about college football anymore.
He's not very
He's writing a
excitedly talking
sentence
about the
a day.
Giants.
Wizards of 18. There's a specific list of 18th level wizards. It's a very short list.
Is Elminster
Mordkainen is
there?
on it. Is who?
Where's Elminster? Hi.
I don't think Elminster is technically a wizard anymore, but I'll check.
That's a good question. Is Elminster still a wizard?
If you insist.
What else would he be? Like a
He
he
was
lost-
technically a god for a little bit.
Yeah, he was technically in the Pantheon. I think he got deified. I forget when he got deified. It's post-era of upheaval.
Listen, ask Ed Greenwood. Ed Greenwood will tell you.
I think that Mistra, Mother of All Magic, really liked Elminster. I thought she turned him into a chosen.
She did.
Your wish?
He is
For a
Mistress
bit.
chosen.
the Forgotten Realms wiki, fandom wiki, says that he was briefly a drow somehow.
Yeah, no, Elminster
That's-
is a human mage, and every time he dies, he gets reincarnated. So
he's
his,
like the
his,
Doctor Who.
his race gets swapped around like 4 times
Yeah,
throughout his life.
he's the Doctor Who.
He is Mistress chosen, and so he gets
The most common version of him is Old Man with gray
Oh
beard.
there, wanderer. Stay a while and indulge an old man. So on and so forth.
I actually think the 3rd edition version of him was my favorite version. Like the look.
Dragon's might be with us.
I also like Chult as a location.
Be with us.
Well, I have great news. Let me tell you about this campaign. It's called Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, I love Tomb of Annihilation.
I also love Tomb of Annihilation. It's good.
It's maybe one of the better one of those adventure modules that they've ever made.
I think we've done our ranking before, at least the ones that we've read through or played in.
What is the point?
Stop hiding. This lady needs to cast slow poison on you.
Selune guides my hand.
Elminster is in fact alive and currently mortal, and he is, in 5th edition, a 19th level wizard.
Oh.
So shouldn't suppose legendary characters like Mordenkainen and Elminster and stuff be like above levels that a player can get to? Or
No, because in theory you're supposed to be able to kill anyone or anything.
I mean, this just leads to like the book of like from 1st edition that was like deities and gods.
Like, when you stop and think about it, should you actually be able to kill Strahd von Zarovich? You kind of shouldn't be able to.
No, you
because
should.
When
You can kill Strahd von Zarovich. He'll just come back.
Should you be able to kill the giant, scary, legendary dragon thing in, Icewind Dale? Probably not.
No, you should be able to. I disagree. Kill all
should
deities.
you be able to kill a Terraskew? Okay.
God, remember how much money they were charging for that fucking dragon model?
Yeah. I try not to.
It's like $300 now.
That's too much money for a miniature.
It's a big miniature, though.
I cast Goodberry.
Yay.
Goodberry's good.
At a cursory glance at the wiki, it looks like there are actually no canon 20th level characters in 5th edition.
Sure.
Outside of gods? Or...
Gods do not have levels.
I think Asarak is a level 20 character.
So, did third... Because, okay, in these Baldur's Gate games, you can get up to level 30. Or over 30. And close to 40 for some classes. When did that change, where 20 was like...
Third.
So, I mean, epic levels were always a thing. It's,
yeah, third level set like base levels to 20, and then there were epic levels. 4th edition went up to level 30 with its heroic levels, and then 5th edition is a hard 20. Like there's nothing above 20 in 5th edition.
What's the logic behind that? Why enforce that? It's just they don't.
Part of it is tradition.
Part of it is tradition, and also there's like weird wibbly nonsense happening in the set. So one of the things that a lot of people don't necessarily know about D&D is like the concept of levels is not just a mechanic. It's an in-universe
Yes, and that's why there's an in-world lore justification for why 4th edition is all MMO light mechanics. It's called the Spell Plague.
Yeah, like part of the reason why mortals are limited to level 20, but things like monsters aren't, is because the god said so.
Listen, do you want to piss off Ao the Overgod? He's the Overgod.
Like, spells stop at 9th level for people. Mystra, the goddess of magic, has access to theoretically infinite levels of spells. She just doesn't let mortals use them because they're too powerful. In Starfinder, which is not technically in D&D, it is set in the Pathfinder universe, but Pathfinder and D&D have a lot of similar cosmology. In Starfinder, after the destruction of the planet Galarian, the Pathfinder setting version of Mystra was like, that's it, fuck it. 9th level spells are too powerful. You can have 6th level and not one step higher. And now, level 20 wizards cap out at 6th level magic. Because a bunch of wizards accidentally destroyed a planet once.
And is this all 2nd edition?
No, this is Starfinder.
Oh, Starfinders.
Starfinder technically takes place after 2nd edition Pathfinder.
So here's the other thing about Starfinder is that
fuck half hit points and
I understand.
Armor points. Fuck that shit.
The thing about Starfinder that actually drives me up the fucking wall and why I will probably not
half
run
hit
it.
points and damage points. Fuck that shit.
I'm not talking about half hit points. I'm talking about that rule sets very heavy reliance on gear. Like,
oh yeah,
like the shit you get leveling up matters way less than just the gear you can buy.
There are, this is not a goof, 20 different kinds of non-magical short sword.
Yep.
Well, that
like
in space.
In space. When you start at level 1. When you hit level 2, you are expected to throw away your level 1 short sword and purchase a level 2 short sword.
Basically, yeah.
Or if you use a gun, you throw away your level 1 gun and you find a level 2 gun.
Basically, like
you want to talk about MMO mechanics in your tabletop.
You want to talk about like very specific like gear scaling and why that shit sucks.
Oh yeah, and
So, what would you say is like your preferred or favorite tabletop rule set?
That, Justin.
Is
that a bad question?
That's a very interesting question.
So
really
let's talk about World of Darkness and how none of this happens in the World of
Yeah,
Darkness.
because it's LARPing for goth theater kids.
Yeah, what if you
The
value
rules in World
role-playing?
of Darkness don't matter because you're too busy wearing black eyeshadow and going over to someone's house being like, "Yes, it is I,
What if?
Vassoth the Ventru,
What
and
if
I'm
it was
here
just
to do
about you
sexy
having a
urban
pit?
fantasy."
You just need to have a circle left, and then you worry about whether you do the skill check, whether you have an orb on your character sheet left.
Oh, but I'm not thinking about the orb. I'm too busy thinking about the secret dark plotting that I need to do.
The real answer to your question, Justin, is it depends on what kind of game you want to play.
Obviously. Do you want a role-playing system, Justin, or do you want a mechanical-based system? Like, it's a loaded question.
Something more mechanical.
I mean, I like DCC.
Yeah, then you would probably have DCC. What was the one thing we played with Jeff that one time? That's more of like a weird mixed, synthesized hybrid of...
I've never played a TTRPG with Jeff.
Yes, we did. We played that one where I was the bard and everybody got pissed off when I was
not,
annoying.
I was not there, I don't think.
Yes, you were. We beat an owlbear.
I do not remember this at all.
I cannot tell who's trying to gaslight Brayden harder right now, Brayden himself or you.
Listen, my memory
We did this at the very start of the pandemic, so I don't
Okay.
blame you for forgetting.
I do not remember this.
I am at your with Godspeed.
But I'm going to nod my head and assume that,
I'm not trying to joke with you. Because you're very mean to me, so I would never joke with you.
My brain is also full of holes, and I do not remember anything ever.
So let's talk about Mage the Ascension if you want to have
No.
a mechanics-based RPG with a fantasy magical setting.
Oh yeah, that's also important. Like, do you want your like really heavy, crunchy mechanical system? Do you want it to be like fantasy, sci-fi, space opera, fantasy, sci-fi, space opera,
urban my
urban
roommates
exploration?
either doing
Aren't they
well
all
or
to some
poorly at
degree
league.
fantasy, sci-fi, space operas?
What?
Yeah,
Aren't
let
they
me tell
all
you about
to some degree?
Spelljammer.
Well, I was gonna go with Dark Heresy.
Tied behind my back.
Your life ends here.
Iron Sword.
Listen, I have the rule books for old school essentials.
What if we played the Cthulhu role-playing game?
I consider that.
Blades in the Dark is actually kind of a fun mechanical-based system.
Yes, I think Blades in the Dark is, you know, we talked about it. It's the closest.
And there's non D20 systems that you could talk about. We could talk about the D6 system.
Powered by the apocalypse.
Yeah, powered by the apocalypse.
I played a long time ago a fucking like Mad Max style like road rage apocalypse game that used the V6 engine.
It's just called the V6 engine?
Yeah, it was like a car pun.
Yeah. You'll get a chance to do buffs and stuff down there.
I understand.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
All right.
We could talk about
so
Grups.
normally fighting
Grups. Saga. Savage Worlds.
So normally
31
the way I
D20
defeat
system.
Davrin on this floor is to cast Fireball down the hallway.
I'm genuinely curious to know exactly how you're going to do this.
I'm going to backstab him and kill him in one hit.
People are still using the Fate system.
I assume there are people playing... Hey, kitty. I assume there are people playing most
You insist.
I understand.
big RPG systems.
Yeah. What if for Christmas I bought you a copy of the Book of Erotic Fantasy, Braden?
Please do not do that.
That's the 3.5 third. That's the 3.5 third-party book that details the procreation and recreational habits of almost every species of creature that exists in Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
Correct. And it was, let's say, explicit enough that D&D slapped them with a, yeah, we're going to sue you to not publish this with our name on it.
And then they published it anyways.
Well, they published it without any markings that it was a D20 system game book.
Anyways, the most important thing I learned from that book is that vampirism is sexually transmitted.
Tilune guides my hand.
Don't have sex with vampires, kids. You will never be able to eat garlic again. Well, I guess don't, use a condom, I guess, actually.
What would you have me do?
Your wish,
Sorry,
Tilune
Braden.
guides my hand.
So, how's Baldur's Gate going?
Oh, right, we're not supposed to... I'm sorry.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna...
I forgot.
Please archive this stream.
I'm not gonna stop.
We're all doomed.
I will do that.
Your wish? I will show you justice. Tilune guides my hand.
What is the point?
As someone whose hairline extends to the back of his head, I should not be one to make fun, but look at this motherfucker's 5 head. Look at this guy.
Where is that from?
This is a British game show. I cannot see the title of the British game show. It is also
It's
important to
probably
note.
like, oi, kaplunk him in the face, innit?
It is important to note, you can see the question here. In his epic poems, Homer often refers to nectar as the drink of the gods, and which other substance is their food. This British person mistook the Greek poet Homer for Homer Simpson from The Simpsons and answered donuts.
Great.
So all that forehead, all the brain behind that forehead, completely empty.
Oh, look at that. Look at that cheap-ass shit. I'm a genius.
What happened? Did he just miss you?
I'm a genius. Oh no.
I'm a genius. Oh shit, lightning bolts. The only counter to my
So,
genius.
protection from normal missiles was not up. So his...
What would you have? All right, all right.
You have protection from lightning bolt or lightning hanging around. Or protection from electricity. So that's gonna be a real fucker.
No, I'm just going to bait out the spell casts.
Doesn't he have infinite spell casts?
Probably.
I understand.
I will show you justice. Be with us.
I never liked this fight.
Yeah, the way I beat this fight originally was normally is just to throw as many fireballs as possible down the corridor.
I am at your service. At once.
So, do you think 2024 we see one D&D?
I believe they've said as much.
And do you think it's going to be all of it, or do you think that they're just going to test it for all of 2024? Do you think it's just going to be in the convention circuit, like going through testing with fans?
I think.
Do you think we get a full commercial release in
organization
2024?
known as the Iron Throne, a defeat that you are certain will not be
Yeah,
ignored.
you beat
Now
Davon.
you must.
After how bad things went.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Oh yeah. They like, because also 1D&D is their, oh god, please.
Say anything positive. Oh god.
Yeah, oh god, please. Listen, we're not gonna abandon 5th edition. It's too big. We understand. Please stop yelling at us.
Me duele.
Yeah, and they're doing playtests. So like I think it is going to launch the next year. Whether or not I will give a shit is an entirely different question.
Life is glorious.
Let's say.
I mean, they've repeatedly said that you're not going to have to rebuy a bunch of shit. But I totally think we're going to have to rebuy a bunch of shit. I don't believe that for a minute.
Listen, what they mean when they say that, if you want me to get mean about that. Hi, Kitty. Is
If
Hey,
man
kitty.
is known by the company he keeps, I shall be thought.
Um,
my hand.
is that you don't have to rebuy that shit on D&D Beyond.
You need be glad to.
That's what they mean.
All right,
Because
all
Wizards
right.
of the Coast wants to fuck over.
The sad thing is that D&D Beyond is a good service. I think that it's an actually good website. I think that the UI there is incredibly well done.
All right, all right.
I understand.
Unfortunately, you have to buy the book and the digital license, and that's just fucking bullshit.
converted some of my homebrew to 1D&D. Even if they did try it, it's pretty painless. Okay, so it's not that different. Now I don't have to memorize armor. Hooray.
I shall commit to the task.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I understand.
What's fascinating? What happened?
Did you know that when tractor tires get worn out to the point that they're no longer safe to use on roads, rather than being melted down for recycling, instead more material is simply
they just glue it on.
Glued to the surface and then shaped back into treads.
Yep. They basically just glue it on. The reason why I know this is because my grandfather's basically his closest friend owns an auto shop.
Well, I'm watching a video on YouTube.
Yeah. They just glue shit onto your tires. It's shockingly safe as long as it's done properly.
Damn, you can't even really tell that that's not just a brand new tire. That's crazy. Alright, it is almost 11 o'clock, and I really need to get a full night's sleep tonight, so I'm gonna dip.
Alright, see ya, Harley. Thanks
Bye.
for hanging out.
Get here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, Brayden. Do you would think that this version of D&D Beyond or 1 D&D will be a full-featured release, or do you think it's just going to be in beta for all of the year?
I think it's going to be a full release.
All right. I still think that they're going to do what they always do, which is they test things out by having a bunch of super fans play it for
they
an
are
official
doing
event
that right now. You can playtest 1 D&D. It's out there.
And it sounds like people are okay with most of the ideas.
Most of the changes sound good. Apparently, Druid was the least played class in 5th edition.
Yeah, because Druid shapes are kind of fiddly and annoying.
People love.
Speaking of, how is Jaheira in BG3?
She's good.
Did they class her as a fighter druid, or is she just a straight up
She's a
druid?
druid. I tried classing her as a fighter druid, but that don't work so well in 5th edition.
I shall commit to the task.
How close does the voice actress keep that accent?
It's pretty close. Yeah, there was a hot minute where they revamped the leveling progression. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. Hey, they changed the thing and people got mad about it? Crazy.
I know that they basically took everything that was they heard about the magic system. We're like, okay, fine, you guys win. But you know what that means is they're still not gonna fucking make a decision about what to do with psionics.
They're not going to include psionics.
Yeah, just cut it out. It's the dumbest. Don't give me this milquetoast halfway bullshit if there's not going to be a mystic or a special psionics class. The way that it's
you
done
mean
at this
how
point.
all of when they did the playtesting for the psionic subclasses,
and everyone's like, yeah, this sucks. It's like, oh shit, fuck.
Anyway,
Guess
we
we're
did
not
it.
No psionics.
We flooded the Cloakwood Mines, and now we can go to Baldur's Gate, the city. We did it.
Yay. Were there any other cities this big in RPGs by this point?
Not really.
Ultima.
Daggerfall
Some
had
of the
some
cities
stuff,
in
that was all
Ultima.
random.
Some of the cities in Ultima, I mean, that's it. No, and not the same thing. Although Ultima 7 definitely does seem like the closest touchstone in terms of, like, complexity and detail and number of NPCs.
I think you have to go back to Friendly Armena and go north first.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I love wyverns.
Oh, yay. The best random encounter. You remember when you started this, and on the way to Friendly Armena, you had a random encounter with a bunch of archers?
Yeah.
Nature is all.
That was great. It's funny for me, anyway.
Oh, no, not... Rasad is so... Like, we're making fun goofs here. Rasad is legitimately the single worst NPC companion in this game.
I am prepared.
But he's designed to be like that, Brayden.
Why?
Yeah, like,
No,
everybody else seems to have something they can do, even if they don't do it very well. He
like,
just seems to
Tiax is a
value.
joke character, basically. But he's still a cleric. He still has summon Ghast.
At once.
I assume my roommate is doing well or poorly at League of Legends. If you hear a loud squawking noise.
I shall commit to the task.
Game's still going strong, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, they're doing that fighting game. They showed more of that fighting game at EVO.
So, will games like League or Counter-Strike ever die?
No.
If they make enough people angry, they might migrate to a clone.
Yeah, look at what happened to Overwatch 2.
I mean, people are still playing Overwatch 2, even though they're fucking mad about it.
My hand.
What did they migrate to?
Looking at it.
Paladins.
Go
pa-pa-da.
somewhere else first.
I will say this, like, people are really, like, surprise, surprise, while the reviews were not overwhelmingly positive, people are playing a lot of Atlas Fallen.
I shall commit to the task.
Are
I
they?
saw the Mortismo
Yeah.
Gaming
It
video
is
on that.
now it is in the top 10 on Twitch.
Okay.
And people really, really like Dark and Darker.
Yeah! I mean, that game's cool because it's Fantasy Tarkov. And if not for the part where, it's not on Steam, and I'm not gonna do all of that shit for a service that is not Steam or Epic or GOG,
I shall commit to the task.
I'd play it. I think Nexon sucks for
Everything.
everything.
Selune guides my hand.
Anyway. Yeah, League Esports has been spiraling down. It's almost like all of esports is a sham and bubble propped up by speculation.
Well, what happened is that they got a bunch of millionaires that invested in these esports team thinking that they would get their money back when that's not how that works. And then when they pulled out, then the esports community hedged their bets on getting sponsorship from NFTs and Bitcoin companies. When that didn't pound up, everyone died.
It's fine. You can rely on the kindest and most generous of sponsors, the Saudi Arabian government.
Or you can do what the Madden and NBA 2K esports leagues have done. Just get the endorsements from a body that has money. NBA 2K League and Madden competitive have gone through a lot. And yet they still make millions of dollars.
Yeah, because they're based on real football, and they are subsidized by real sports organizations.
Yeah, like that's what you need. You need a partner that is in it for just advertising, rather than getting their money back. That was the problem with all of those millionaires and billionaires, is they wanted their money back, thinking that I'm investing in it like a hedge fund.
Anyway, yeah, there's like a Saudi-backed Street Fighter tournament happening right now after Evo.
Is this
And
because the Saudis think there's money there, or is someone high up there a fan of video games?
MBS is a fan of video games. Mohammed bin Salman is a gamer. When he's not ordering the death of journalists,
He's playing video games.
he's playing video games.
Games with videos. He
Uh,
bought that SNK, right?
yeah, he sure did. He sure does own...
And then I sure did post that article about the reason why the Embracer has to shut down all these studios is because the Saudis backed out of a deal that they were going to do with the Embracer to buy the game rights for Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
God, that is so... It's funny, but it's also sad. Because people literally lost their jobs.
So what is Yeslik? Is he a basic cleric?
He's
or
a
is he
fighter. He's a fighter cleric.
Okay.
I need at least one more character to be able to stand up in front and take hits.
So Yeslik.
So Yeslik.
And you...
If you want, I can recruit Char Teal instead.
You have to have a male character that can fight her, though.
I have Yeslik.
I mean, if you look, I appreciate the hustle for shittiest party in Baldur's Gate, but if you would have more fun with
Chartiel
Chartiel
has
than
18 strength, so she's
I
not
say
actually
Brayden,
shitty.
Brayden, shush, Justin. Brayden has made his bed. Now lie in
Sure.
it.
I was trying to say if you have more fun with Chartiel than...
Listen, if you want me to dump Faldorn for TX, we can.
Nah,
But
TX
Druid
is Yeah, but you're gonna have to listen to the same like TX has like a limited
TX
number of
will
lines.
rule!
TX is just annoying.
Yeah.
I just think it's it's cool to play with a shitty party, but like Rasad just sucks.
He's so bad.
It sucks to sit here and watch you play it and watch you send him into a fight and his health bar go down like in a second.
Maybe I should give him the bracers. Let's see. How much? No, that only lowers his armor class, but to 1. Yeah. And yeah, it's also good that the monk character is better with a weapon because of single weapon style.
Can you give him that +1 Morning Star down there? Or does it have to be a scimitar?
He is proficient with katanas and scimitars.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was picked up.
Oh, it is a +1.
I did hear that dog.
That wasn't a dog, that was my roommate.
Like, is Rasad viable in BG2? Sure, yes.
Yeah,
good.
because
Not
monks
really,
get a
no.
lot better at higher levels.
I mean, the inability to effectively use any weapon, armor, or helmets is a real bummer, even for a
Yeah.
character optimized
Yeah.
monk style. And Rasad's stats are nowhere near optimized for a monk build, I think is the ultimate problem.
Oh, you mean this, his dog shit, strength dex and con?
Like, if you want to give me an off-tank or off-melee character, then give me a character with those stats. And, I'd recommend Hair Dallas.
So, part of this is just because of the way, BioWare implemented monks in Baldur's Gate 2, because they never expected you to actually play monks at low levels. Because they were only in Baldur's Gate 2.
The one thing about Rasad that you can do to make him... So, with, from Fair, in his main hand and then Kundane and in the offhand, he can put out some decent damage. And what I usually would do is I would just have him immediately pop Stone Skin and then follow that with Mirror Image, maybe Protection from magical weapons, and he can be borderline unkillable.
No, yeah, Hair Dalis
But
is
magic
usable.
weapons only last 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're popping the same spell over and over again
Yeah.
so he doesn't die.
No, like the Blade
Not
kit
all
is
of
not
that.
terrible. Like Hair
Um,
Dalis isn't great, but he's
But yeah,
decent.
basically they gave you with Rasad, they gave you a character. When you really look at it, he has the stat distribution to be a bard.
He has the stat distribution that in a, let's say, 3rd edition or 5th edition would be good, but because this is 2nd edition and the only numbers that matter are the extreme ends, he's dog shit.
Early in the game, he can throw out a breach or remove magic or, magic missile.
We're talking about Rasad.
Yeah, Rasad.
He's a monk.
Oh, right.
Can't do a
Are you
breach
talking
with
about
magic
Hair
missile.
Dalis?
Yeah, I'm talking about Hair Dalis. Sorry.
The actual problem with Hair Dalis is that the quest you need to do to recruit him is hard as shit if you do it right as you come to Athkatla.
But anyways,
you
no,
can
like-
say that about a lot of quests when you first get to Athkatla. Like, Nalia's quest is actually kind of difficult if you just do it first thing.
Like, I just am of the opinion that monks in Baldur's Gate are just okay.
Oh, if you want my uncontroversial opinion, monks are terrible.
They're okay and they're decent in BG2.
Yeah, sure. They eventually scale well.
And, but at the end of the day, you might as well just use Winston instead of Rashad. Like, honestly.
Who's Winston? Oh, the
It's
bear.
the bear,
The bear.
the hidden character in
I
BG2.
understand.
I didn't know about until after I beat it.
Yeah, because they added Winston as a goof.
Like, the
That's a
whole
good
point of
move.
monks is that they're supposed to have, like, some form of tanking ability. Like, they're supposed to just run front and center, punch shit, and tank a little bit. And he can't do that. He
Yeah.
just can't. He can't.
I understand.
But I do like his character stuff with
So you gonna
Viconia.
stream, or is it too
No,
late
absolutely
for you?
not. It's too late.
All
So
right,
You can throw things over to Relkin.
I will.
What's up with Viconia? And
They constantly, as you get further and further, if you keep talking to them, Viconia will say, "Hey, you got to pick. Either you force Rasad to switch his religion to my religion, or I leave the party."
Because
can
it's
you
a
make
Salune and
Rasad
Shar
become a
thing, which is
Oh.
also
You
a big thing
can't-
in Baldur's Gate
you-
3.
You can. You shouldn't.
turn Rasad into a worshiper of Shar.
No, I think he just leaves.
Yeah. Oh, darn. What would I do? It's fine.
I heard the
Anyway.
last one of your roommate screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he